Hey everybody, today we are going to walk you through the automation of student feedback and report cards using a template that you've already added to your database. So as you know, at Scooli, we help teachers automate their administrative workloads, and student feedback / report cards are an unfortunate time sink that is both necessary and unnecessarily tedious. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click over into the student feedback section. You'll notice that in our create a template tutorial, we created this template called midterm report cards. And what we're going to do today is we are going to give this feedback. So once we say give this feedback, you'll notice that if you click view template, you have exactly what we spoke about in our last video. So the exact criteria and the levels that we're going to be using to give our students feedback using this template. If you're unsatisfied with this, you can always click over here to go edit their feedback. You already know by now how the example feedback works. So you'll know that for the first sentence, I'm using my student's name. Second one, I'm using the pronoun. Third, I'm using their name. Fourth, I'm using their alternative pronoun. Fifth, I'm using their pronoun again. And then for the sixth sentence, in terms of next steps, I'm typing out a custom sentence. So showing you what that looks like, just so you can confirm with your own eyes one more time. You can basically preview all of the different levels of the student feedback that you'd like to give with the customizations that you've already set up over here. Remember, just a quick reminder that level 0 is blank always. So you want to use that for stuff like communication or participation, where, for example, if not all of my students communicate clearly and concisely, maybe I'll want to leave that blank for the students who don't. Same thing with participation. So if I have students who don't participate often and I have a comment regarding their positive participation, maybe I want to leave this one blank so that they don't get any feedback for this, especially because characters and spaces are limited when we're giving feedback specifically on report cards. So once we're satisfied again that we've put in the legwork, our template looks good, our sentence customization looks good, our feedback for the different levels looks good, then the next thing we have to do is we have to head over into our results spreadsheet to take a look at what our students' performance or levels look like. So at this point, once we're satisfied with the way our feedback template is starting to look, you can download an example of a scorebook that you can use for your students, or I can simply walk you through one. And the way it works is that you have your student identifier, so their first name, nickname, alias, or whatever you choose, followed by their pronoun or pronom if you're doing this in French, their alternative pronoun, and then each of the different domains or categories that you'd like to give them feedback for, with each row corresponding to a student, their respective pronouns, and the levels that you'd like to assign them for the different types of feedback that you're giving. From there, once your data looks like this and it's all set up, you can head back over into the application and upload your filled scorebook. And as you scroll down, you'll notice that you see right here exactly what you see in the Excel spreadsheet. So you can actually go in and modify. So if you notice any typos or mistakes, you need to go make a change, you can go edit the feedback you've given your students. So for example, if Oprah is actually level 4, but I typed to level 1, can go ahead and edit that to make sure that she's getting the feedback that she deserves in this case. And from there, as soon as you've uploaded your spreadsheet, the comments are automatically generated for you. And what can or be useful in some cases is setting a character limit. So for example, for the school board where I'm at, we have a character limit of 460 for our report cards. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. And from there, as I scroll down, I can go ahead and proofread my feedback. So for each of my students, here is the comment that they have. I can proofread it, make sure it applies to their individual levels that I've assigned to them, and also check the character count just to make sure that I won't run into any errors when I'm entering it in our LMS or report card generation system. So once you've taken the time to go through each of your students' feedback and proofread it, you have two different options, and you can basically download either an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document. Excel in case you need to use this with an LMS or an SIS, Word in case you need to just share this with your colleagues or your admins for them to proofread it before uploading things into your system. Now, as you can see in Excel, in which I'll show you in a second, it looks like a lot of information. But again, this is the perfect kind of format for using with an LMS or SIS. And then if we go over into our Word export, this is much more, I guess, teacher or admin or even just people friendly. So you can see each student has their individual feedback. And as you scroll down, you get the full picture for each and every one of your students. And then you can choose to use this data with whatever tools you need to. All right, thank you.